Why should you do more speed sculpts? A speed sculpt is where you would rapidly sculpt something like tails over here, but it could be anything. By the way, make sure to stick around till the end of the video. I've got an important announcement, but more on that later in the video. So the point of a speed sculpt is to get from point A to B in as little time as possible. You would be surprised how difficult this can be. It is a skill in itself to know when to stop, when to call it done. It is easier to speed sculpt when you understand why you are speed sculpting to start with. Sculpting tails here took me a little over 1 hour from start to finish, including the texturing. Of course, I could spend at least a few more hours on sculpting his head if I wasn't doing a speed sculpt. So why would I speed sculpt to start with? That is because speed sculpting has its many benefits. First of all, a good speed sculpt would serve for a great warm-up before jumping into a more serious sculpt. Just like how it's better to warm up when doing a sport, warming up before I sculpt anything else usually gets me in the zone, gets me focused. This is especially helpful if you took a small break from sculpting, a few days off for example. Even a nice quick 30-minute warm-up would do the job nicely. Other than warming up, it is a great way to get in spaced repetition. Let's say you want to learn how to sculpt hands. The problem with sculpting is it could take hours or days to sculpt one character, so in the end you would sculpt the hand once every now and next full moon. To get really good at something, you need a combination of truly understanding the subject and practicing it both enough and regularly. So once you do a hand sculpting study and understand the forms and how to approach sculpting a hand, you can then speed sculpt different hands here and there to both improve your skills and gain more experience in sculpting them. Speed sculpting is also a great way to discover new styles and new methods of sculpting. When you speed sculpt, you want to be flexible and loose with your sculpts. When you've been sculpting for a long time, you tend to get in habits that stick with each sculpt. Your style gets more defined and your methods more rigid. Having your own art style is great, but you can always learn from different styles and methods to either change your style or evolve it even further. When speed sculpting, I personally like to let loose and do whatever, going for different art styles, different sculpting methods, whatever I feel like at the moment. The way I like to see speed sculpting is basically a stress-free sculpt in terms of results. I don't have expectations that I need to live up to, so just enjoy the process. Another great benefit from speed sculpting is that you end up developing shortcuts and become more efficient with your sculpts. This can speed up your more focused, serious sculpts without necessarily losing quality. Just make sure you don't see speed sculpting as the one and only. It isn't enough to just speed sculpt to improve. Slow and focused sculpting studies are far too important to ignore. Speed sculpting is simply one method of practicing you can add to the many that you should implement as an artist. Also, speed sculpting is a skill that you need to learn. It isn't something you can simply do right from the start. So give it a try, do some speed sculpts here and there and reap its benefits. About that important new announcement, I started a new second channel focused on shorts. So basically more sculpting content which are sweet and short and are also mobile friendly. You can check my second channel out in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe both here and on that channel. Give this video a like, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more awesome character sculpts and art related videos. You can also check out my store for full courses on character sculpting, texturing, materials, brushes, and more. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, then you will definitely enjoy the next one.